dry. Curtains in the doorway, sand beside the bed. You were reading room numbers from the key tag painted red. The ice machine kept humming down the hallway by the stairs. I brought 2 paper cups back and found you waiting there. Cars rolled past the motel sign, the ocean filled the air. You pulled a chair beside you and left another there. Room 2A, balcony after 10. The waves kept folding over and starting up again. Room 2A, ceiling fan turning slow. You told me where you traveled, I hoped you wouldn't go. Salt had dried upon the railing, your sandals faced the sea. You were naming distant sailboats too far away to see. A radio from another room played softly through the wall. You tapped the rhythm on your cup, I listened to it all. The parking lot grew empty, the vacancy sign burned red. You leaned into the warm breeze and asked what was in my head. Room 2A, balcony after 10. The waves kept folding over and starting up again. Room 2A, ceiling fan turning slow. You told me where you travel, I hoped you wouldn't go. By midnight all the voices had disappeared below. Only moths around the porch lamps and the steady ocean flow. You said tomorrow waited just beyond the motel gate. I wish the coast had one more mile and morning could arrive late. Room 2A, balcony after 10. The waves kept folding over and starting up again. Room 2A, ceiling fan turning slow. You told me where you traveled, I hoped you wouldn't go. Now every roadside room key brings back that coastal view. The red sign through the curtains and one long night with you. Heat shimmered past the runway, departure boards flash gold. You balanced 2 cold citrus teas beside a suitcase old. The speaker changed our boarding time from 6 to 7:10. You drew a coastline on a napkin, then started it again. Our planes were going nowhere, so your stories crossed the mile. A crowded summer terminal became an easy while. Gate C40, suitcases in a row. The planes kept chasing distance, we had nowhere else to go. Gate C40, sunset on the wings. A delay became the doorway to 100 little things. showed me faded photographs from towns beside the sea. I marked a place upon your map you said I had to see. The cleaning carts rolled past us, the windows turned to gray. We traded small ambitions while the hours slipped away. Then boarding lights awakened, and our numbers weren't the same. You wrote something on my luggage tag before they called your name. A gate C40, suitcases in a row. The planes kept chasing distance, we had nowhere else to go. Gate C40, sunset on the wings. A delay became the doorway to 100 little things. Your line moved toward the jet bridge, mine waited down the hall. You raised your paper boarding pass and waved above them all. I checked the tag you handed me beneath the airport signs, a number and a message saying, meet me next time. Gate C40, engines through the glass. 2 flights in separate directions, but 1 hour built to last. Gate C40, night above the wings. A delay became the beginning of 100 little things. Now every summer airport feels different than before. I still look for that old suitcase waiting near the boarding door. The net threw shadows on the sand as daylight crossed the bay. You tied your hair with sports tape and called me out to play. Our teammates filled the cooler, then wandered toward the pier. You served the ball beyond the line and blamed the ocean air. The scoreboard lost its numbers, the tide erased the chord. You tossed the final ball to me and asked for 1 round more. After the last serve, when everyone had gone, we stayed beneath the faded net and talked until the dawn. After the last serve, with sand between our toes, I learned the things you dreamed about that no one else would know. We gathered bottles from the bench and folded every chair. Your sunburned shoulders carried tiny crystals from the air. You drew a line around my shoes, then dared me not to move. I stood there like a statue while you stepped inside it too. The vendors closed their shutters, the boardwalk music thinned. You traced the chord with 1 bare foot as evening settled in. After the last serve, when everyone had gone, we stayed beneath the faded net and talked until the dawn. After the last serve, with sand between our toes, I learned the things you dreamed about that no one else would know. held it over your shoulder and asked which way was home. I pointed toward the streetlights, but neither of us moved. The night had made a space for us too rare to hurry through. After the last surf, the court became the sea. The boundary lines had disappeared, but you stayed close to me. After the last surf, the first stars crossed the coast of every game that summer held. That evening mattered most. Now when a volleyball ends, alone beside the shore, I hear your voice across the sand, still asking one round more. Striped tents beside the river, old books stacked in crooked rows. You were reading faded titles where the afternoon wind blows. A paper cup of iced tea left a circle on the stand. You held up a yellow novel and placed it in my hand. The pages turned between us without a single touch. You read one line out softly, somehow it meant too much. Paperback summer, ink beneath the sun. We opened up a story and forgot where we had come. Paperback summer, river moving past. I wanted every chapter of that afternoon to last. You found a pressed red flower sleeping near page 92. Said somebody must have saved it from a day they once went through. The cellar rang a small brass bell as clouds moved overhead. You bought the book for half the price, then gave the flower to me instead. A warm breeze crossed the tables and lifted up your hair. The whole fair kept on talking, but I only heard you there. Paperback summer, ink beneath the sun. We opened up a story and forgot where we had come. Paperback summer, river moving past. I wanted every chapter of that afternoon to last. We sat beneath the willow with the novel on our knees. You guessed the final ending while cicadas filled the trees. I never learned the last page. We closed it before dark, but the flower in my pocket kept the place where we would start. Paperback summer, gold along the stream. You turned an ordinary day into a scene I'd keep. Paperback summer, words I couldn't say stayed folded with that flower when we slowly walked away. Now every second-hand book carries something of that view. A river, August sunlight, and a page I shared with you. Morning heat above the orchard, wooden baskets by the gate. You were searching through the branches for the berries worth the wait. Your sun had leaned a little sideways, purple color on your thumb. You dropped 3 into my basket, then quietly took one. The rose went on forever beneath the cloudless sky. You called me through the leaves and I followed your reply. Blueberry stains all over our hands, running through the summer rose without any plans. Blueberry stains dark against your sleeve. You gave me half your basket and a reason not to leave. We rested by the red barn with cold water from a jar. A tracked across the hillside like a slow and distant car. You counted all the berries, then lost track after 10. I watched you start the counting and get distracted again. The afternoon grew sweeter as shadows reached the lane. You wrote your name in purple on the side of my paper bag. Blueberry stains all over our hands, running through the summer rose without any plans. Blueberry stains dark against your sleeve. You gave me half your basket and a reason not to leave. At the farm stand near the highway, we shared a slice of pie. You saved the final berry and held it up so high, then placed it in my palm like a promise small and round. The simplest summer treasure that I had ever found. Blueberry stains still on my fingertips, a warm field in the distance and sugar on your lips. Blueberry stains under fading rays. I carried home the color of that unexpected day. Now every purple summer brings that orchard into view, a basket filled with berries and one afternoon with you. Screen door swinging behind us, cicadas in the pines. You brought out a watermelon and cut it into crooked lines. Pink juice ran across the table, seeds collected on your plate. You said summer tasted better when nobody watched the time. Heat lightning crossed the distance beyond the garden wall. You leaned back on the porch swing and made the and small. Watermelon moon hanging over town. You were counting porch steps while the daylight settled down. Watermelon moon, sweetness on your hands. I could have stayed till sunrise, listening to your plans. The garden hose kept dripping beside the rusted gate. Your sandals touched the gravel as the hour grew late. You drew a face with melon seeds, then pushed the plate my way. I laughed harder than I meant to and forgot what I would say. The neighbors closed their windows, the road lost every car. You asked me where I'd rather be, I pointed where we are. Watermelon moon hanging over town. You were counting porch steps while the daylight settled down. Watermelon moon, sweetness on your hands. I could have stayed till sunrise, listen to your plans. When the bowl was nearly empty, you saved one piece for me. The sky turned deep as indigo above the apple trees. I didn't make a promise or search for clever words. I only moved beside you as the night filled up with crickets. Watermelon moon shining through the screen. You made a quiet summer night feel brighter than a dream. Watermelon moon, warm air drifting through. I left with sticky fingertips and one more thought of you. Now every slice of summer returns me to that room. The porch swing moving slowly underneath the watermelon moon. Red sign buzzing softly over cars in line. You were holding paper fries under summer twilight. I was leaning on the hood with cola in my hand, trying to say something funny, but it didn't go as planned. You laughed into your straw like the night was on our side. I felt the whole town quiet when you looked into my eyes. Driving neon, glowing after dark. You made a little parking lot feel brighter than the stars. Driving neon, warm wind passing through. I came for one late dinner and stayed because of you. Ketchup on your finger, music from the kitchen door. You said the fries were perfect, then reached across for more. Headlights move like fireflies past the roadside trees. You kicked your feet together and sat a little closer to me. The air smelled like summer and sugar from the stand. I had a quiet feeling I could almost understand. Driving neon, glowing after dark. You made a little parking lot feel brighter than the stars. Driving neon, warm wind passing through. I came for one late dinner and stayed because of you. could head home, but neither one moved quickly from that hood of faded chrome. No perfect plan, no fancy view, just streetlights, fries, and sky, and one soft summer moment I couldn't leave behind. Driving neon, glowing after dark, you made a little parking lot feel brighter than the stars. Driving neon, warm wind passing through, I came for one late dinner and stayed because of you. Now every roadside neon pulls me back somehow to that summer parking lot, and the way you smiled just now. Open windows on the train, salt air rushing through. You were holding a paper fan with the ocean next to you. I was watching little houses slide along the coast, trying to start a sentence, but you were smiling close. The rails kept singing softly underneath the summer heat. I had a quiet feeling, tapping with the beat. Seaside train line blue beyond the glass, every passing station faded by too fast. Seaside train line, sunlight on your face, I didn't know the ending, but I like this place. You bought a can of melon soda from the car between the seats, shared the window corner where the warm wind met our knees. A postcard town was waiting by the water shining white. You said, let's get off here, so I followed your stride. The platform smelled like sunscreen and flowers by the rail. I kept my words unspoken, but they followed like a trail. Seaside train line blue beyond the glass, every passing station faded by too fast. Seaside train line, sunlight on your face, I didn't know the ending, but I like this place. We walked down to the harbor with our tickets in your hand. No map, no careful reason, just warm sky over sand. If the train came back without us, I wouldn't mind the wait. Some summer days arrive once, then quietly change your fate. Seaside train line blue beyond the glass, every passing station faded by too fast. Seaside train line, sunlight on your face, I didn't know the ending, but I like this place. Now every coastal railway pulls me back in time to that open window afternoon on the seaside train line. We carried driftwood from the dunes as daylight left the bay. You drew a circle in the sand and brushed the shells away. Someone passed a box of matches, someone tuned an old guitar. You sat down on a striped blanket where the tide couldn't reach that far. Smoke curled above the shoreline, embers gathered in your eyes. I listened to your stories while the evening changed its size. Driftwood fire burning by the sea. The whole beach faded backward till it was only you and me. Driftwood fire, crackling warm and low. I had nowhere else to be and no reason left to go. Burned your first marshmallow, then offered me the next. I said the blackened ones were better. You looked slightly unconvinced. Our friends ran toward the water, leaving footprints in a row. We stayed beside the cooler where the melted ice would flow. A breeze lifted the blanket, you caught it with your knee, then started humming quietly, a tune unknown to me. Driftwood fire, burning by the sea. The whole beach faded backward till it was only you and me. Driftwood fire, crackling warm and low. I had nowhere else to be and no reason left to go. When the flames became red circles and the guitar lost a string, you asked what I was thinking. I nearly told you everything. Instead I passed my jacket as the coastline cooled at last. You pulled it round your shoulders and let the question pass. Driftwood fire, glowing near the tide. The summer kept unfolding with your shadow next to mine. Driftwood fire, fading into gray. I knew the night was ending, but the feeling chose to stay. At sunrise only footprints and pale ashes marked the shore. But I carried home that evening like I'd found something more. Low tide, open, hidden paths between the rocks and foam. You rolled your jeans above your knees and wandered on your own. A disposable camera was hanging from your wrist. You photographed a tiny crab before it could be missed. You called me through the sea wind to see what you had found. A piece of sky was trembling in the water on the ground. Tide pool camera, 20 pictures left. You caught the silver shoreline and the sunlight on my chest. Tide pool camera, summer out of frame. I thought I watched the ocean, but I memorized your face. We found a shell shaped like a heart and left it where it lay. You said the best discovery should never be taken away. A wave surprised our sneakers. You nearly dropped the film. We laughed until the clouds above turned peach along the rim. You aimed the lens toward both of us and counted down from 3. I looked into the camera while you looked over at me. Tide pool camera, 20 pictures left. You caught the silver shoreline and the sunlight on my chest. Tide pool camera, summer out of frame. I thought I watched the ocean, but I memorized your face. Weeks later at the photo shop, the colors came out pale. One picture showed an empty rock, one caught a passing sail. But there was one imperfect shot with water on the lens, your shoulder leaning into mine. Before the afternoon could end. Tide pool camera, one picture in my hand. The edges turned to ocean blue, the center held the sand. Tide pool camera, nothing posed or planned, just one unfinished summer that I finally understand. Now every roll of faded film returns me to that shore, where 20 little photographs became something much more.
Thunder rolled beyond the screen door, rain scattered through the yard. You gathered all the candles while the ceiling fan went dark. Peach slices on the kitchen plate, a flashlight in your hand. You said the storm would pass us like footprints leaving sand. The clock stopped in the hallway, the house forgot its sound. You struck another match and golden shadows gathered round. July without power, nothing left to glow except the candle on the table and your face across the room. July without power, rain against the roof. The whole night lost its rhythm, but I found mine next to you. We played cards beside the window while the garden filled with rain. You made up all the rules, then changed everyone again. A distant porch light flickered across the flooded lane. You hummed without a melody and I listened all the same. The storm moved toward the coastline, the thunder faded thin. You opened up the curtains and let the cool air in. July without power, nothing left to glow except the candle on the table and your face across the room. July without power, rain against the roof. The whole night lost its rhythm, but I found mine next to you. Then every lamp awakened, the refrigerator sighed. The fan began its turning, but neither of us moved aside. You said the night felt smaller before the lights came through. I wish the storm had stayed a while inside that room with you. July without power, candles burning low. A summer storm was leaving, but I wasn't ready to go. July without power, cool air after rain. The house returned to normal, but I never felt the same. Now whenever thunder travels across a summer sky, I see that candle trembling in your shadow next to mine.
Striped curtains in the doorway, sand beside the bed. You were reading room numbers from the key tag painted red. The ice machine kept humming down the hallway by the stairs. I brought 2 paper cups back and found you waiting there. Cars rolled past the motel sign, the ocean filled the air. You pulled a chair beside you and left another there. Room 2A, balcony after 10. The waves kept folding over and starting up again. Room 2A, ceiling fan turning slow. You told me where you traveled, I hoped you wouldn't go. Salt had dried upon the railing, your sandals faced the sea. You were naming distant sailboats too far away to see. A radio from another room played softly through the wall. You tapped the rhythm on your cup, I listened to it all. The parking lot grew empty, the vacancy sign burned red. You leaned into the warm breeze and asked what was in my head. Room 2A, balcony after 10. The waves kept folding over and starting up again. Room 2A, ceiling fan turning slow. You told me where you travel, I hoped you wouldn't go. By midnight all the voices had disappeared below. Only moths around the porch lamps and the steady ocean flow. You said tomorrow waited just beyond the motel gate. I wish the coast had one more mile and morning could arrive late. Room 2A, balcony after 10. The waves kept folding over and starting up again. Room 2A, ceiling fan turning slow. You told me where you traveled, I hoped you wouldn't go. Now every roadside room key brings back that coastal view. The red sign through the curtains and one long night with you. beat shimmered past the runway, departure boards flash gold. You balanced two cold citrus teas beside a suitcase old. The speaker changed our boarding time from 6 to 7:10. You drew a coastline on a napkin, then started it again. Our planes were going nowhere, so your stories crossed the mile. A crowded summer terminal became an easy while. Gate C40, suitcases in a row. The planes kept chasing distance, we had nowhere else to go. Gate C40, sunset on the wings. A delay became the doorway to 100 little things. You showed me faded photographs from towns beside the sea. I marked a place upon your map you said I had to see. The cleaning carts rolled past us, the windows turned to gray. We traded small ambitions while the hours slipped away. Then boarding lights awakened, and our numbers weren't the same. You wrote something on my luggage tag before they called your name. At Gate C40, suitcases in a row. The planes kept chasing distance, we had nowhere else to go. Gate C40, sunset on the wings. A delay became the doorway to 100 little things. Your line moved toward the jet bridge, mine waited down the hall. You raised your paper boarding pass and waved above them all. I checked the tag you handed me beneath the airport signs, a number and a message saying, meet me next time. Gate C40, engines through the glass. Two flights in separate directions, but 1 hour built to last. Gate C40, night above the wings. A delay became the beginning of 100 little things. Now every summer airport feels different than before. I still look for that old suitcase waiting near the boarding door. The net threw shadows on the sand as daylight crossed the bay. You tied your hair with sports tape and called me out to play. Our teammates filled the cooler, then wandered toward the pier. You served the ball beyond the line and blamed the ocean air. The scoreboard lost its numbers, the tide erased the chord. You tossed the final ball to me and asked for 1 round more. After the last serve, when everyone had gone, we stayed beneath the faded net and talked until the dawn. After the last serve, with sand between our toes,
share. Your sunburned shoulders carried tiny crystals from the air. You drew a line around my shoes, then dared me not to move. I stood there like a statue while you stepped inside it too. The vendors closed their shutters, the boardwalk music thinned. You traced the chord with one bare foot as evening settled in. After the last serve, when everyone had gone, we stayed beneath the faded net and talked until the dawn. After the last serve, with sand between our toes, I learned the things you dreamed about that no one else would know. A loose ball rolled to water, you chased it through the foam, then held it over your shoulder and asked which way was home. I pointed toward the streetlights, but neither of us moved. The night had made a space for us too rare to hurry through. After the last serve, the court became the sea. The boundary lines had disappeared, but you stayed close to me. After the last serve, the first stars crossed the coast of every game that summer held. That evening mattered most. Now when a volleyball lands alone beside the shore, I hear your voice across the sand, still asking one round more. Striped tents beside the river, old books stacked in crooked rows. You were reading faded titles where the afternoon wind blows. A paper cup of iced tea left a circle on the stand. You held up a yellow novel and placed it in my hand. The pages turned between us without a single touch. You read one line out softly, somehow it meant too much. Paperback summer, ink beneath the sun. We opened up a story and forgot where we had come. Paperback summer, river moving past. I wanted every chapter of that afternoon to last. You found a pressed red flower sleeping near page 92. Said somebody must have saved it from a day they once went through. The cellar rang a small brass bell as clouds moved overhead. You bought the book for half the price, then gave the flower to me instead. A warm breeze crossed the tables and lifted up your hair. The whole fair kept on talking, but I only heard you there. Paperback summer, ink beneath the sun. We opened up a story and forgot where we had come. Paperback summer, river moving past. We sat beneath the willow with the novel on our knees. You guessed the final ending while cicadas filled the trees. I never learned the last page. We closed it before dark, but the flower in my pocket kept the place where we would start. Paperback summer, gold along the stream. You turned an ordinary day into a scene I'd keep. Paperback summer, words I couldn't say stayed folded with that flower when we slowly walked away. Now every second-hand book carries something of that view. A river, August sunlight, and a page I shared with you. Morning heat above the orchard, wooden baskets by the gate. You were searching through the branches for the berries worth the wait. Your sun had leaned a little sideways, purple color on your thumb. You dropped 3 into my basket, then quietly took one. The rose went on forever beneath the cloudless sky. You called me through the leaves and I followed your reply. Blueberry stains all over our hands, running through the summer rose without any plans. Blueberry stains dark against your sleeve. You gave me half your basket and a reason not to leave. We rested by the red barn with cold water from a jar. A tracked across the hillside like a slow and distant car. You counted all the berries, then lost track after 10. I watched you start the counting and get distracted again. The afternoon grew sweeter as shadows reached the lane. You wrote your name in purple on the side of my paper bag. Blueberry stains all over our hands, running through the summer rose without any plans. Blueberry stains dark against your sleeve. You gave me half your basket and a reason not to leave. At the farm stand near the highway, we shared a slice of pie. You saved the final berry and held it up so high, then placed it in my palm like a promise small and round. The simplest summer treasure that I had ever found. Blueberry stains still on my fingertips, a warm field in the distance and sugar on your lips. Blueberry stains under fading rays. I carried home the color of that unexpected day. Now every purple summer brings that orchard into view.
with berries and one afternoon with you. Screen door swinging behind us, cicadas in the pines. You brought out a watermelon and cut it into crooked lines. Pink juice ran across the table, seeds collected on your plate. You said summer tasted better when nobody watched the time. Heat lightning crossed the distance beyond the garden wall. You leaned back on the porch swing and made the evening small. Watermelon moon hanging over town. You were counting porch steps while the daylight settled down. Watermelon moon, sweetness on your hands. I could have stayed till sunrise, listening to your plans. The garden hose kept dripping beside the rusted gate. Your sandals touched the gravel as the hour grew late. You drew a face with melon seeds, then pushed the plate my way. I laughed harder than I meant to and forgot what I would say. The neighbors closed their windows, the road lost every car. You asked me where I'd rather be, I pointed where we are. Watermelon moon hanging over town. You were counting porch steps while the daylight settled down. Watermelon moon, sweetness on your hands. I could have stayed till sunrise, listen to your plans. When the bowl was nearly empty, you saved one piece for me. The sky turned deep as indigo above the apple trees. I didn't make a promise or search for clever words. I only moved beside you as the night filled up with crickets. Watermelon moon shining through the screen. You made a quiet summer night feel brighter than a dream. Watermelon moon, warm air drifting through. I left with sticky fingertips and one more thought of you. Now every slice of summer returns me to that room. The porch swing moving slowly underneath the watermelon moon. Red sign buzzing softly over cars in line. You were holding paper fries under summer twilight. I was leaning on the hood with cola in my hand, trying to say something funny, but it didn't go as planned. You laughed into your straw like the night was on our side. I felt the whole town quiet when you looked into my eyes. Driving neon, glowing after dark. You made a little parking lot feel brighter than the stars. Driving neon, warm wind passing through. I came for one late dinner and stayed because of you. Ketchup on your finger, music from the kitchen door. You said the fries were perfect, then reached across for more. Headlights move like fireflies past the roadside trees. You kicked your feet together and sat a little closer to me. The air smelled like summer and sugar from the stand. I had a quiet feeling I could almost understand. Driving neon, glowing after dark, you made a little parking lot feel brighter than the stars. Driving neon, warm wind passing through. I came for one late dinner and stayed because of you. The sign began to flicker. You said we should head home, but neither one moved quickly from that hood of faded chrome. No perfect plan, no fancy view, just streetlights, fries, and sky, and one soft summer moment I couldn't leave behind. Driving dark, you made a little parking lot feel brighter than the stars. Driving neon, warm wind passing through. I came for one late dinner and stayed because of you. Now every roadside neon pulls me back somehow to that summer parking lot and the way you smiled just now. Open windows on the train, salt air rushing through. You were holding a paper fan with the ocean next to you. I was watching little houses slide along the coast, trying to start a sentence, but you were smiling close. The rails kept singing softly underneath the summer heat. I had a quiet feeling tapping with the beat. Seaside train line blue beyond the glass. Every passing station faded by too fast. Seaside train line, sunlight on your face. I didn't know the ending, but I like this place. You bought a can of melon soda from the car between the seats. Shared the window corner where the warm wind met our knees. A postcard town was waiting by the water shining white. You said, let's get off here, so I followed your stride. The platform smelled like sunscreen and flowers by the rail. I kept my words unspoken, but they followed like a trail. Seaside train line blue beyond the glass. Every passing station faded by too fast. Seaside train line, sunlight on your face. I didn't know the ending, but I like this place. We walked down to the harbor with our tickets in your hand. No map, no careful reason, just walk If the train came back without us, I wouldn't mind the wait. Some summer days arrive once, then quietly change your fate. Seaside train line, blue beyond the glass. Every passing station faded by too fast. Seaside train line, sunlight on your face. I didn't know the ending, but I like this place. Now every coastal railway pulls me back in time to that open window afternoon on the Seaside train line. We carried driftwood from the dunes as daylight left the bay. You drew a circle in the sand and brushed the shells away. Someone passed a box of matches, someone tuned an old guitar. You sat down on a striped blanket where the tide couldn't reach that far. Smoke curled above the shoreline, embers gathered in your eyes. I listened to your stories while the evening changed its size. Driftwood fire burning by the sea. The whole beach faded backward till it was only you and me. Driftwood fire, crackling warm and low. I had nowhere else to be and no reason left to go. Burned your first marshmallow, then offered me the next. I said the blackened ones were better. You looked slightly unconvinced. Our friends ran toward the water, leaving footprints in a row. We stayed beside the cooler where the melted ice would flow. A breeze lifted the blanket, you caught it with your knee, then started humming quietly a tune unknown to me. Driftwood fire, burning by the sea. The whole beach faded backward till it was only you and me. Driftwood fire, crackling warm and low. I had nowhere else to be and no reason left to go. When the flames became red circles and the guitar lost a string, you asked what I was thinking. I nearly told you everything. Instead I passed my jacket as the coastline cooled at last. You pulled it round your shoulders and let the question pass. Driftwood fire, glowing near the tide. The summer kept unfolding with your shadow next to mine. Driftwood fire, fading into gray. I knew the night was ending, but the feeling chose to stay. At sunrise only footprints and pale ashes marked the shore. But I carried home that evening like I'd found something more. Low tide, open, hidden paths between the rocks and foam. You rolled your jeans above your knees and wandered on your own. A disposable camera was hanging from your wrist. You photographed a tiny crab before it could be missed. You called me through the sea wind to see what you had found. A piece of sky was trembling in the water on the ground. Tide pool camera, 20 pictures left. You caught the silver shoreline and the sunlight on my chest. Tide pool camera, summer out of frame. I thought I watched the ocean, but I memorized your face. We found a shell shaped like a heart and left it where it lay. You said the best discovery should never be taken away. A wave surprised our sneakers. You nearly dropped the film. We laughed until the clouds above turned peach along the rim. You aimed the lens toward both of us and counted down from 3. I looked into the camera while you looked over at me. Tide pool camera, 20 pictures left. You caught the silver shoreline and the sunlight on my chest. Tide pool camera, summer out of frame. I thought I watched the ocean, but I memorized your face. Weeks later at the photo shop, the colors came out pale. One picture showed an empty rock, one caught a passing sail. But there was one imperfect shot with water on the lens, your shoulder leaning into mine. Before the afternoon could end. Tide pool camera, one picture in my hand. The edges turned to ocean blue, the center held the sand. Tide pool camera, nothing posed or planned, just one unfinished summer that I finally understand. Now every roll of faded film returns me to that shore, where 20 little photographs became something much more.
Thunder rolled beyond the screen door, rain scattered through the yard. You gathered all the candles while the ceiling fan went dark. Peach slices on the kitchen plate, a flashlight in your hand. You said the storm would pass us like footprints leaving sand. The clock stopped in the hallway, the house forgot its sound. You struck another match and golden shadows gathered round. July without power, nothing left to glow except the candle on the table and your face across the room. July without power, rain against the roof. The whole night lost its rhythm, but I found mine next to you. We played cards beside the window while the garden filled with rain. You made up all the rules, then changed everyone again. A distant distant porch light flickered across the flooded lane. You hummed without a melody, and I listened all the same. The storm moved toward the coastline, the thunder faded thin. You opened up the curtains and let the cool air in. July without power, nothing left to glow except the candle on the table and your face across the room. July without power, rain against the roof. The whole night lost its rhythm, but I found mine next to you. Then every lamp awakened, the refrigerator sighed. The fan began its turning, but neither of us moved aside. You said the night felt smaller before the lights came through. I wish the storm had stayed a while inside that room with you. July without power, candles burning low. A summer storm was leaving, but I wasn't ready to go. July without power, cool air after rain. The house returned to normal, but I never felt the same. Now whenever thunder travels across a summer sky, I see that candle trembling and your shadow next to mine.